Hi everybody. Today I will talk about classes and constructor in Kotlin. Let's start with the previous project, and we have a main function in the package hello. So now I create a new class. The class name person. The person has some of the property inside, and I want to initialize the object with the class person. And how can I do this? So inside this we can have some of the property. For example, first name is a property with string, and the initial value is a blank string. So how can I do in an initialize function or constructor? So I define the syntax key as constructor. So inside the constructor I have some of the parameter list for some of the property, and we have var first name, means the first name is set one time and cannot be changed. We also have last name, it is a value and can be changed one time, and a variable of age, and the age can be nil or null or nullable. It means that the age can be set and can be set to null or to blank. Okay, now we have this is called the constructor. The constructor here is a initialization function, and you can use using this. I remove the word constructor, and it names the class name and open close with some parameter inside. In the main function I create a person. A person object has some of the property here. It is initialized when using, and the age can be nil or null. For example, the age is null and the name is Nguyen, last name Đức Hoàng. Okay, so now I want to call to set the property. For example, I can set the property first name. So first name now is a public property. Then it can be set, or you can set a person dot first name, or you can set person dot last name is equal to last name, etc. So it is you can call this function, call this property by dot person dot first name and person dot last name. Okay, so this is a public property. Then after running this, I see that the output is detail first name dot Nguyen, last name Đức Hoàng. Okay, so you can use a initializer block. The initializer block is a block of some command is called when the constructor after the constructor is called. The initialize block is called also. And you can print out to this that I have just print initialize the object with some of the property here. So the initialize block is called when the constructor is finished. Okay, so let's start with this to know the flow when you work. Okay, firstly you see that a user initialize, and the function detail is the second line printing. And remember that you can also call the age is equal to a value. I set the age is equal to a values and not null. So you see that age now is not null. You can see you can print out the person dot age is to the for the age that is set before. Okay, now function detail is first name and last name Đức Hoàng, age 35. Okay, so you also have the private property. The private property cannot be accessed outside the class, and you also you only set the private property inside the class definition or inside some of the method of the class. So if you call to this person dot full name, so nothing to do because you cannot access private property outside the class. So let's comment out this line, and you define a method or a function inside the class. The function here will show a message. The input is a message string and the default value for it is a blank string. So inside this I can access to the private property. I can access to full name asset or to any private property inside a class. So you can show to this is full name, say a message, okay, and the function call is a public call. So you can call the talk to the person dot public function talk. So you see that Đức Hoàng say good morning, okay, and remember that the function default is public, and you can also print out the public property. Sure, public property can be accessed inside a class and outside the class. Sure, and you can see that after run, you see that we want to say good morning. Okay, it's the same like the previous.